Hey everybody, welcome back to another action figure review, Masters of the Universe Masterverse edition. And today we're going to be looking at Sorceress Teela from the Revolution series. If you haven't seen Revelation yet, too bad. You've had plenty of time. It's been out for over a year now. So you have only yourself to blame if you haven't seen it yet. So if at the end of that series, Teela takes over as sorceress from her mother. And yes, her mother is the sorceress. Her father was Duncan, Man-at-Arms, otherwise known as Man-at-Arms. And at the end of the Revelation series, she takes over as the sorceress. And so we get Sorceress Teela. Similar in look to her mother, although not quite exactly the same. There are differences, but it's like, I don't want to say essentially the same character, but the differences are mostly cosmetic, like in different paints and whatnot. The skirt piece, I believe, is a little different as well. But it's not like the different He-Man figures they've given us over the years, which are essentially the same except for different armor pieces. So this is a little bit more different than the same, as opposed to He-Man. Those multiple He-Man figures are. There's definitely a different head sculpt as well compared to what we got with the sorceress. So. But first, we look at the box as usual. And we got Master of the Universe Revolution, Sorceress Teela. There she is, with wielding a nice power effect on her hand, which doesn't come with the figure, unfortunately. And the staff, her sorceress staff. You got Masterverse at the top there, Netflix original series, 30 points of articulation. And then at the bottom, you've got legalese. We got this nice artwork on the side. There's Teela standing tall and proud, and close-up of her face there. And on the other side, there's her mother, the sorceress, looking on from Preternia, the Masters of the Universe version of Heaven. And then on the back, you've got a figure shot, and then action poses, close-up of the cape at the bottom there. And we have a little blurb about the heroic guardian of Castle Grayskull. If you want to read that, you can. There aren't any spoilers for Revolution, so don't worry. And here's all the other ones we've got so far. And I've already done reviews of Skeletor, Trapjaw, and Man-at-Arms, so Teela is the last one on this box. And I'll be doing a Triclops review later in the week on Friday, so. And that'll be the end of this, wave, basically. So that's the box for Teela. Take a look at the figure itself. As usual with the Masterverse line, we got the good paint apps. We got that red gem on her chest there, the white outfit with some gold trim, gold chest piece, gold shoulder pads, and this gold helmet with like a shape of a bird, kind of like her mom, but slightly different. And this one they used a different type of, actually that's actual gold paint on the beak, whereas the rest is more kind of a yellowish. And then, of course, the red eyes there, and of course, Teela's long auburn hair. And her wrist guards are blue with some trim, orange gold trim. And she's got these bracelets on her arm there, or upper arm, which are thankfully glued on, not just hanging loose like with Copperhead and the G.I. Joe Classified line. Her legs are bare, and she's got these nice blue boots with white feathery trim and gold bottoms. And then her cloak on the back is a kind of a goldish, and then into white, and then gold on the bottom. And the back of her skirt piece is all in that marbly kind of gold color. So a very colorful figure. Oh, and let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much the same. So Teela looking decent as usual. She has a pretty good head sculpt. Stoic looking expression. Nice lip paint. Some expressive eyes. No necklace. Not that I was expecting her to have one, but it seemed like we would have expect her to have one, kind of, in this outfit, but no necklace. So going over articulation, she can look down about that far. She can look back only about this far because the hair gets in the way, obviously. She can do the exorcist, but the hair will cause the head to pop off, so can't really get it around the shoulder pads. Yeah, these shoulder pads are really sturdy. They're not loose and floppy, which means you can't go all the way up and around either. You have to kind of turn to the side with the arms. And they can hinge up about 90. She does have a bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows. She has horizontal hinge on both wrists. I don't think anyone has a vertical hinge in the Masterverse line. I'm not sure though. She has a diaphragm cut, so you can get some. I don't think I went over tilt on her head. Not much there though. You can get some side-to-side action, and she can turn left and right. She can go forward about that far. She can bend back about that far. No waist articulation at all. This is, like, as you can see, is quite flexible, but it's attached like right there. It's really sturdy right there, so you can't really get her legs out too far. Even if you move the skirt piece out of the way, you can only go so far. So yeah, she can split out about that far with her legs. Let's see, she can kick out about how far she can kick out. Yeah, she can only kick out about that far. Not that good at all. And she can kick back about that far. She does have a thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees. Got a boot cut. Her foot can hinge back about that far and hinge forward that far. It's got rocker and peg holes on the bottom. So not a lot of leg movement from her at the hip joint, unfortunately. Yeah. But then again, the sorceress isn't going to be doing any thrust kicks and whatnot. She's going to be using magic primarily. Accessory wise, she comes with her staff, all done in white plastic. No paint, unfortunately. But then I don't think it really has any in the show either. It's kind of just like this. So it's got like an eagle or a hawk of some sort on on the top there, perched on that ball, and then another ball at the bottom. And out of the package, she comes with gripping hands on either side. And she also has these open hands splayed out for casting spells and what have you. And unfortunately, that's all she comes with. Like I mentioned on the package, it showed her with a blast effect coming out of her hand, but they didn't put one in there. I don't know if they just ran out of budget for the line or what, but she's desperately missing a blast effect of some kind of a magical effect. Like Orico has one, the one that came with the Gwildor 2-pack. It would have been nice if they had given one to Teela. I can't remember if the Sorceress had one or not. I'll have to double check that when I do the Sorceress's Blast from the Past review. But Sorceress Teela is kind of a disappointment due to the lack of articulation. Or not, well, yeah, I mean, there is some lack of articulation in the upper leg area because of the skirt piece, but due to the lack of accessories, I meant to say. The extra hands are nice, but I mean, splayed out hand with no spell effects to go with them, kind of pointless, if you ask me. It would have been nice to have like multiple magic effects. So, but like I said, the tooling budget might have been used up for other characters, and they just didn't have enough left over to give Teela anything. Even if they had repurposed like Frosta's magic effect or Orko's, I mean, like they could have. You would have thought they could easily have repurposed blast effects from some of the other characters to give the Teela, but I guess not. Mattel gonna Mattel at the end of the day. But there's your Teela. If I were you, I'd probably wait for this to go on clearance, because it likely will. I don't see a whole lot here to hold the average collector's interest. The only people who are probably going to get this figure are people who really like the show or are just completists for the line. And I fall into the latter category. But yeah, you'll definitely be able to get this somewhere along the line in clearance. Even if they made fewer of these than they did previous waves, this figure isn't going to fly off the shelves like some of the other ones. I mean, I could still get Triclops and Trapjaw online right now if I wanted. And they're far better characters, far better designs, with way more accessories than Teela, so it is what it is at the end of the day. So comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.